Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mr. Cobalt and today I am going to show you how to convert between moles and particles using Avogadro's number. So in the last video I talked about the mole as the chemist dozen and where that idea of the mole came from. Today we're going to use that as a conversion factor. So in the last video we learned that 1 mole is equal to 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd particles, and this is Avogadro's number. Now when I was talking about conversion factors in my video on conversion factors, if you've seen that video, then you know that what I tell you is if you have some sort of relationship or equality, you can use that as a conversion factor. If you have an equality between two different things and units, so 1 mole and particles, so I can use this to convert between particles and moles. And again, my particles could be atoms, it could be molecules, it could be anything. Okay, so let's use this. So problem number 1, I'm going to go over 2 problems. Problem number 1, calculate the number of copper atoms in 2.45 moles of copper. So I need to figure out where I'm going to begin and where I'm going to end. So they're asking, what are they asking for? They're asking for number of atoms. So atoms is a particle, so we need to get to particles. So we're going to end at particles. Well, where do we begin? They give us 2.45 moles. So that's where we're going to begin. So we start with 2.45 moles of copper. And I put it over 1. No unit on the bottom, so everything is on top. Now, there's one thing I want to point out. Whenever I am doing conversion factors involving substances like silver or copper or anything like that, there's 3 things you need to have with your conversion factor. You need the number, the unit, and the substance you are talking about. In chemistry, we are going to be converting from one substance to another, from one mass of a substance to a different mass of a substance. So if we're not in the habit of writing down the substance with the unit of mass, then if you're converting from grams to grams and you're not writing down the substance, then you can get lost in the calculation and forget what you are doing. So make sure you write down those 3 things. You have the number, the unit, and the substance. So I have 2.45 moles of copper. And so now I'm going to start my conversion factor. So I'm going to use this relationship. So I have moles of copper on the top. So I need to put moles of copper on the bottom. So what am I going to put on the bottom? I'm going to put 1 mole because that's 1 mole is right here. So I got 1 mole of copper. That means I'm going to put this many particles, in this case atoms. So I'm going to put 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd copper atoms, or atoms of copper. So the moles of copper cancel out. They are asking for number of copper atoms. I've got copper atoms on the top. I am done. So this is a 1-step conversion problem. So now all I need to do is multiply by the top, divide by the bottom, and I get my answer. So I get my calculator and I do 2.45 times, and I put this into my calculator in scientific notation, 6.22 times 10 to the 23rd equals, and I get a very large number, I get 1.5239 times 10 to the 24th atoms of copper. Okay, once again, I have to check my significant figures. Since I am multiplying and dividing, my answer can only have the same number of significant figures as the least number. So here I have 4, here I have 3. 3 is the least number, so I need to count it out after 3. 1, 2, 3, so after that I drop that. So my answer is finally 1.52 times 10 to the 24 copper atoms. So that is my final answer. Okay, I hope that was clear. Let's try another problem. Here in this problem, it says I have a silver ring, and in the silver ring it has 2.80 times 10 to the 22nd silver atoms. How many moles of silver atoms does it contain? So it gives me a number of atoms of silver, and it's asking me for moles of silver. So I got to go from the particles to the moles. So I set up the problem the same way I do it before. So I start with the beginning. The beginning is the number of silver atoms they gave me. So I start with the number of silver atoms, 2.80 times 10 to the 22nd silver atoms. I put that over 1. So this time I'm going to use this equality again, but now since I have atoms of silver on the top, I need atoms of silver on the bottom. So I'm going to have 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd silver atoms, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of silver, and then I'm going to put 1 mole of silver on top. So 1 mole of silver on top. So atoms of silver cancels out. I'm left with moles of silver. How many moles of silver is what they're asking for? So now I am done. Again, this is a one-step problem. So now I take my calculator again, and let's calculate out the answer. So I take 2.80 times 10 to the 22nd divided by 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd equals, and I get that's going to be equal to 0.046496 moles of silver. Now, once again, I have to check my significant figures. So I'm only allowed in my answer the same number of sig figs as the least number. Here I have 4 sig figs. Here again I have 3. 3 is the least number, so I'm only allowed 3 sig figs. So 1, 2, 3. So I cut it off here. That's a 9. Raise that to 5, and I get 0.0465 moles of silver. So that would be my final answer. Now, one of the things that you should know how to do on your calculator is you need to know how to do scientific notation. You need to be able to put scientific notation into your calculator and do it correctly. Otherwise, if you don't put it in correctly, you're going to be off by like a factor of a 10 or 100 or something like that. So make sure you know how to use your calculator and you know how to put scientific notation in your calculator. I will make a video that kind of goes over this so that you know how. I hope this was insightful. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think and what you would like to know more about. If you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.